Hey guys, it's Kathy. I hope you're doing well tonight. I got some updates for you on our crazy, crazy party girl, Shannon Party and William Party, the irate Karen and her lawyer husband. But let's just take a break before we dive into that craziness. Let's just see how Indiana takes care of people in court.
Mr. Davis, if you would please state and spell your full legal name, including your
I got a few questions around it
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We do this my way, not your way. Okay.
You're not gonna hear me out.
At the end, you'll have an opportunity to ask me questions. You don't get to dictate how I do this hearing. So we do it my way, or you can be excused. Your choice.
Okay, I don't want to be excused, but I did see how you conducted everybody else, and I can already see the process of what's going on. And if I talk afterwards,
okay, Mac, he's completed. I'm not gonna put up with this today. Okay. Yep, he's done.
You need to relax. What's real? Ready again?
And that, my friends, is how a professional does her job. I love Indiana. Okay, now there's nothing else to do, guys. We got to dive into it. I'm gonna try not to seem scattered, even though I'm completely scattered. Most of this, what I'm showing you, only happened. One of them happened 2 days ago. Yes, 2 days ago. The other one happened the 16th, which was not that long ago. Let's go to the 16th. Here we go.
Sheriff's office!
There's her house.
Shannon, it's the sheriff's office! Thurston County Sheriff's Office, Shannon here?
Yep.
Hi Shannon, I'm Deputy Burton Crowe, Thurston County Sheriff's Office. We are audio video recording. What can we do for you today?
I have a restraining order as well as the kids from that person over there.
Okay.
We came home down the drive today down Green Ridge.
Yes, ma'am.
And we got down there and I had to go slow. I was doing 25, I slowed to 21 to stay way away from that asshole.
Yes, ma'am.
The kids and I have to come around that asshole to come home.
Yes,
to my
ma'am.
locked gate.
Yes, ma'am.
As we're trying to go around that asshole, he turns his blinker on, lets a white car go this way, then puts his nose in the front so I can't get past him. Then I gotta go way around, stopping me from getting home.
Yes, ma'am.
Sticks his camera out. He's sick of being videoed by that asshole. See that tree right there?
Yes, ma'am.
He's got a camera toward the kids' windows. What the fuck for?
Okay.
That's okay. No, it's not okay.
No, I
That's
said.
keeping the kids and I from getting home. Then
I
I come
said
to the fence to
okay
try
so
and come
I can
in,
hear you.
and he's still yelling at us from over there and recording my kids.
Yeah.
It needs to stop. What's
Okay.
his fucking problem? Take the pedophile and make it go home somewhere. Tell him to go back and live with his mommy.
So you have an order?
Yes.
Has it been served?
Yes. You were out here. My husband served him. I think you were here. Because that little man baby ran down the road saying my husband had a gun, even though that idiot knew that he was trying to give him papers.
So, from what I could tell while on the way here, it appears that both orders have not been served, correct?
Correct.
Yes. So
It
both
has
orders.
been served. It went to his porch. The sheriff was there. It's been served.
So do you have the return of service?
Yes.
I already served it with the court.
Already with the court.
That was 2 weeks ago.
Done.
Okay. The computer still says it hasn't been served.
Okay.
That's what we're relaying. It's the computer says it hasn't been served.
Right.
What is that?
The computer says it hasn't been served. So in our computer.
It has been served.
Okay.
Stuff
Well,
is going there.
you're
Back
gonna
to the
wanna
court
follow
soon,
up-
telling my children to
you're
be
gonna wanna
violated,
follow
and he's
up
getting
with the
away
courts.
because you're letting it happen.
You're going to want to follow up with the courts to figure out.
why it
You're
doesn't
going
say
to want
it's
to do your
served.
job.
We are.
I'm trying to
You're
talk
not.
to you right now.
That man is allowed,
Okay.
and you're continuing to let him harass
Well,
me. You go tell them what
because
you
we
think.
can't.
Go.
I can't say it's been
I'll be
served.
talking to your boss. Don't worry about it. I'll get a hold of him.
You want to know which?
I already know who to
It's
talk
okay.
to.
You can
I'm a
serve
lawyer. I'll
me.
solve the problem. I'm going to
Okay.
solve it once and for all.
Okay.
If I have to sue the sheriff's office, I'll do it. You guys are mad at harassing my wife trying to serve his
9
order over there.
Not,
times.
we're,
9
9
times.
So do
You
you
came
need
out
us to do
9
something?
times.
You said you seem like you.
You said you don't have the order. Is that what you just told me?
That's not what we just told you.
You said it's not.
Showing
You said
that it's not being. It's
the
not
proof
been
of service is
served.
okay. I don't care what your system says. Are
Okay.
you not going to enforce the order today? Is that correct?
Well, it's,
So he's
No,
going to be
sir,
allowed
we'll
to keep
enforce
recording
a
us?
served order. So if you
It has
have,
been served.
if you have the return of service and you can show us where it's been stamped by the court clerk so that we can do that, we're asking you for additional information. You're saying you have something. We're trying to do
You want me to show you
what
the
you
proof
would
of
like us
service?
to.
Is that what you're asking?
If you have that, where you said you returned it to the courts and you have all that, so we can show that.
I filed it with the court. Why would I have it?
Nobody has that.
You didn't get a copy of the stamp where you filed it with the
No,
courts?
I didn't get one. So
Okay.
you telling me I'm out of luck?
No, I'm asking that you follow up with the courts tomorrow.
What's
They're
your
open.
boss's name?
which
I'm going to solve
Did
this
you
tomorrow.
get?
Which
Did we get
boss?
a
I'll get to the bottom. I have a
supervisor's
lot
name?
of connections, and
Yeah,
I'll
so
get
there's
to the bottom.
sergeants. There's
It's
sergeants.
administrative
Trying to get
law
us a
issue. I'll
name
get to
and
the
we'll
bottom.
have them out.
You guys are
We're gonna
harassing
need
my
to
wife now.
Because
You
my
guys are
kid's
involved.
sick of it. He
I'm
hits
not
the
going to
ground.
let it
She
stand there.
That
called
asshole's
911.
got his property up here. I don't do
Because
anything.
she's
You
trying
guys
to
are riding
enforce
my
a no
dick around.
contact order. You
He's up
understand
there
They're
that?
saying
putting
that we
trees up,
respond-
putting Christmas
that we're
lights
harassing.
around.
This guy's
He's
a
over there
psychotic,
saying I'm
okay?
trespassing. I'd never trespassed.
Shannon,
You wrote a letter
Shannon,
saying that.
stop talking now. Let's just let it go. These guys aren't going to do anything for you. What's the new sheriff's name? I want to know his
I already
name.
know. I just
His
made an
name is
appointment. Derek
Sheriff
Sanders.
Sanders.
Okay, I'll talk to him tomorrow then.
Okay.
I'll talk to him tomorrow.
Goodbye.
Thanks.
Okay, that was on the 16th. I'm trying to remember what day we saw we filmed the court case. I can't remember, but I think it was before this. So the judge did put in place that no contact order. But I can't see how they were contacted by him. The camera was there. The judge knew it was there. Judge didn't tell him he had to take down his camera. So I don't know. But they're yelling at the police, and now they're threatening to sue the police department, which they will. Because they sue everybody. I'm going to try and see if I can get this lawsuit for you up. It is hilarious. They sued the school where their kids go. Let's see if I can get it. Nope, that's not it. Oh, if I can't get this, I'm going to be so sad. Okay, I can't get it right now, but that doesn't mean I won't get it. Don't worry. I'm going to play the next one a while. So. Oh, wait. I got an idea. Yeah. It won't let me. That's fine. They sued. Okay, so what happened was her son was going to school one day. This was in 2016 or 15. It's hard to tell because of the lawsuits go on forever. And he was riding a skateboard, but it wasn't a normal skateboard. It looked like a piece of plywood was attached to the top of the skateboard. So he's riding this skateboard towards other children who are going to school. So one of the teachers at the school tells him that he can't ride that on the sidewalk with the other children there. He has to pick it up. Well, Shannon was driving by in her car at that time, and she didn't like that someone spoke to her kid. So she starts yelling at this school lady right there. Well, then she calls the office, and she files a complaint about this teacher. The teacher also files a complaint with her superintendent and the police department about disorderly conduct around the children or something like that. Shannon's language and everything was inappropriate towards this teacher. She said nasty stuff to this teacher. So there was a court case. It went to court. The teacher would not let it go. She said no, she needs to be disciplined. She can't speak that way to school officials or anyone else for that matter, she said. It's because the superintendent wanted to know if Shannon apologized, would this teacher drop it? And the teacher was like, no, I won't drop it. What Shannon did was not okay. So they went to court, and criminal charges were pressed against Shannon, and she got I think she was when they arrested her on the warrant. She spent like 2 days in jail, so she got 90 days with 88 days suspended, and a $250 fine and 20 hours of community service. So this was back in like 2016. Well, let's see. Let's go to the board meeting. If you remember from the first video, and the first video, I have that link in the description if you haven't seen it. It's the whole crazy court about her and this neighbor she calls the terrorist. So, if you remember in the first video, Shannon used to be on the board of the homeowners association at this place that they all live in. Okay? And she was voted off by a whole bunch of members. And then she sued them all. She sued all of her neighbors. Name after name after name after name was being sued. And still being sued to this day. It isn't stopping. Here's one of the board meetings after she was kicked out. And watch how she treats this one woman, especially when I can't see that the woman did anything wrong.
You cannot have the door locked and still be in there.
Oh, we're leaving.
You were in there a full, almost, 5 minutes? If not longer? I'm glad you think that this is a laughing matter, Pat. This is serious. Ow, Jesse, don't hit me. Oh my, what are you doing? You pushed me into this. I did not. Jesse, yes, you need to be careful. You just pulled my arm. You bumped into me and I'm here on this step. You pushed me over. That's rude. I know that you're big, but you have to be careful of your space. We learned that in grammar school.
You pulling my arm like that.
No, Jesse, you pushed me coming out the door on purpose. You can see on camera you're coming toward me. Large woman. Wait.
She posted that herself online in a public group. She posted that with everything she said about that woman. She posted that. Okay. Anyway, now 2 days ago, people filed a complaint against her, and the police came out at night. And I do try to bump the audio up in these, but I think you can still hear it. I think you can still hear most of it. But here we go. Here's what happened when the police came out at night.
Sheriff's office!
What's her name? Shannon.
Shannon, it's the sheriff's office! Thurston County Sheriff's Office, Shannon here.
Yep.
Hi, Shannon. I'm Deputy Burton Crowe, Thurston County Sheriff's Office. We are audio video recording. What can we do for you today?
I have a restraining order as well as the kids from that person over there.
Okay.
We came home down the drive today down Green Ridge.
And that's me clicking the wrong one. There we go. Sorry. Four days ago, not 2 days ago. Sorry. 2 days ago was their court case that I couldn't get because it was in Superior Court instead of District Court, and they don't live stream that.
Radio out of 5-2 and 4-2 are out. It's gonna be that one.
huge fence, yeah. So that's fun. 305. Beware of dog. Perfect. Well. Radio 52, copy plate. Boy Nora Boy 0722.
What in the hell? Who are you?
Sheriff's office, can you come out to the gate, please?
What do you want? I'm on the phone.
We got a complaint that you were screaming.
Yes, I'm up this morning yelling at the dogs and I'm yelling at the kids about their mess. That's it.
We need to come down and make sure everybody's okay. You're being audio video recorded. We need to come down and make sure everybody's okay and nobody's beat up.
Great, here I am. I'm fine.
I know, but you got kids in the house. Can you please come unlock the...
Come outside.
That kind of defeats the purpose of not yelling.
Guys, come outside. Everybody wants to see you. You gotta come out.
You're being really inappropriate,
Come
ma'am.
on, guys, come outside. Come outside. Everybody thinks you're injured. Come up here.
We need you to come all the way to the gate.
Come on. Can I get a shirt real quick?
Absolutely.
Yes, you can do whatever you need.
Radio 52, do you have the female's name? Call her by her name.
Hey, Shannon. Can you come up to the gate to make sure that you're mentally stable to watch kids?
Affirm. Is she clear?
I'm fine.
Well, we just
I
want to make
already
sure...
have my therapist. You guys are not mentally qualified. I can get up in the morning and I can have an outburst because things aren't right in my house.
Well, that's not... What you're doing right now is not somebody who's mentally stable.
Well, you guys
I
are
need
not
the kids-
mental health
I
professionals
need the
and
kids
I'm
to come all the way to the
mentally stable, thank you.
I need the kids... Well, you're not... This is not normal behavior from a human being, so...
It is normal
I'm gonna
behavior
have
for
the
a
kids come all the way to the
frustrated person.
gate.
You can ask my therapist.
Well, I don't trust your
Yeah.
therapist. If you think that's
Well,
normal
that's
behavior...
pretty silly, and you guys are out here harassing me now.
No, ma'am, we're checking the kids.
So,
Can you, I need
okay, you check the kids. They're right here.
Yeah, I
I
need to
don't
come all
know
the way to
how to
the gate,
help
make
you
sure there's
check
no
them
bruises on them.
anymore. You're all right there. Oh, sorry, dear. Go up there.
Thank you.
Stick your tongues out, let them look down your throat. I mean, maybe it be dramatic.
No, we're just... You're not mentally stable, ma'am. We're worried about you. You're good, guys. You can go back inside your
I
room.
am mentally stable, but thanks for your concern.
You are not.
I am, and it's rude. You can't sit there and say that.
I just did.
Well, you know what? That's harassing.
Reese's, we're out with it.
A person. You don't get to sit there and call me names. Have you
I
lost
didn't
your
call you
mind?
names.
Yes, you did.
Your
You
behavior...
said I'm not being mentally stable.
Your
but yet
behavior
you
is not
haven't had
somebody
any
who's mentally stable.
analysis.
No, that's
Where
the
is
truth.
your mental health background check to actually give me that determination?
Been doing this for a while now, and
Where
normal...
is your medical degree to sit and tell
I
me
don't
that
need a
I'm not
medical
mentally
degree,
stable?
silly.
Where is your
I don't
what
need
was that
one.
you just said?
I don't need a mental health degree.
I don't need a mental health degree, silly.
Yeah.
I need to have someone come out here because I have these officers up here saying that I'm mentally not stable. None of them have a degree. This other one's telling me I
Well, I
don't
have a
need
degree,
a degree,
but-
silly.
degree?
53058.
He has a degree.
Not in mental health, but I have a
But he
degree.
has a degree.
Not mentally stable.
I took a psychology class.
None of them have a mental health degree. I
What's that?
have a mental health professional. Just because I'm upset this morning, excuse me, it's my house, my yard.
Well,
She tells me frequently, I'm okay.
he's a pretty tall guy.
Party.
So Cassidy's gonna have to come out.
Well, she's in luck because about an hour and a half, he'll be here.
I got nothing.
All right, ma'am, is there anything we can do for you?
No, have a good day, thanks.
Thank you. You have a great day.
Stable one.
Have a good day. Bye.
Okay. I have one more. It's just going to take me one more second to get it ready. There we go. It's ready. It's ready. Now, for this one, this was a couple years ago. And I don't know. This is hilarious. I think that actually, I don't know the date on this one. So I don't know if it was a couple years ago, but I think it is. I think it is a couple years ago, but I don't know when. But I tried to piece this together the best that I can, just so what happened with that court case doesn't happen. I tried to make it into a video. I didn't have a lot of time, so I did the best I could, but this is hilarious. This is hilarious. There we go. If we can get through this without it being too bungled. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. Vote party for governor. She started a GoFundMe because we all know with $2,500 you can become governor of Washington. I want independence, so we'll be collecting funds through donations. A vote for me is a vote for positive mental health. I'm going to pause it here. I believe this is the cornerstone to our state's success, to the success of our next generation. Through all of the crisis of the last few years, our Washingtonian community has been forced to endure hardship, disease, and disorganization. A large portion of our population was forced to give up their jobs, security, and livelihood, all to be told 2 short years later, you can reapply for your life again with no, and I don't get that next word, but that's okay. It's fine. Hold on, it's changing. I shouldn't have paused it. Everyone has been touched by the drug crisis here in Washington, whether personally, with family, or forced to watch it unfold on our city streets and green space, like a bad Robin Hood movie. Before the pandemic, I stood with my friends and community against the homelessness and destruction of our state due to lack of enforcement and resources. It's turning. I've watched as the problem has soared out of control with no help for those so desperately in need. I have reached for this help for myself and my family, only to have to figure out for myself to unpatch together resources, safety plan, and guidance all on my own. I went to the hospital last year, having been given strong conflicting medications on my own to manage. It didn't end well. Because I presented as so capable and strong a role, R-O-L-L. Oh, come on. A role I am used to filling. I was given meds and no proper support to go along with them. A Band-Aid that resulted in a suicide attempt. That attempt took me to the hospital where I was only a patient for 6 days. I went in and quickly discovered that the hospital night shift staff were not doing any of their duties, like rounding on suicide patients every 15 minutes, or anything for that matter. When I brought it to the head nurse's attention, she sat in her chair, looked right at me, and said it wasn't true. She had been there all night. When I said, no, that isn't true, you were not here, she told me I was delusional and needed medication. Luckily, I has picked up the workbook that staff should have given me and had started the work on my own. I had filed a complaint with a young kid behind the counter and made him give me a copy so the lady couldn't just throw it away. On July 5th, a woman came and took me to the office. She asked me to tell her my story. When I was done, she told me she believed me, and because of my actions, a new position would be created, Director of Patient Oversight. Now there would be a person to look out for patients, like it should have been all along. Those sweet souls in clinic with me deserve care, not neglect. When I left, I was offered a job when I was feeling better. Now, a year later, I am still standing, still wondering how we create a safe path to wellness. One not filled with heavy meds and neglect. I want to hit our mental health crisis head on and get Washingtonians out of crisis and back into life. Vote for me for change. I don't know. She still wants to be governor. But the world we live in today, it's possible. It's just possible that she could get the job. Oh. I don't know what happened 2 days ago in court, so if anybody knows, let me know. Oh, by the way, when she was sued, when she sued the school, and then she got criminal charges brought against her in return, her lawsuit was dismissed. She sued a whole bunch of them, and it was just dismissed. Lack of foundation or something like that. I can't remember the legal term. But this woman is crazy. I'm going to get sued now. I don't care. It's fine. I didn't care. All right, let's just get back away from her. Let's go somewhere else and get her out of our head.
Did you actually see the video?
Here, we'll go to Washington. No, Indiana.
That what I filed on him was founded. And that means he should not get a counterclaim. If the tools are in the video, and I received the tools back, so that's why I dropped my case. There should not have been a counterclaim installed at all to begin with. But I think his counterclaim is unfounded.
Well, why didn't you file a response to?
I don't know how. But I shouldn't have had to because, like I said, he filed, and they gave him 30 days to file it, and he waited the whole 30 days before he filed. And then I filed against a jury trial because I didn't want to judge because me and the other judge did not get along. He wanted to put me in contempt. So it started off the bat arguing. And since then, my sister has killed herself because of this case. She mixed her medication, she died because he sent her a bill for $10,000 some dollars. So I'm very, very pissed at this guy.
Well, when I look at the docket, what Mr. Walsh has indicated is correct.
But it says we have a mediator. That's what we were told we were supposed to have.
I don't see any order for a mediator or mediation.
You're the one that said it, that we do it. Setting it up there. That we talk about it.
Well, you talk about it.
Discuss it with another party. It wasn't you. You said some other person. You didn't say the name. You said it. And when I left here, I was under the impression that I'd send that paper back to him, and it'd be fine, and somebody can finally hear my case. Out of this entire year, nobody has heard my case and even seen the video of the tools that existed. They exist, and he says they didn't exist.
The order clearly says from the November 13th meeting or hearing that we provide you a copy of the written discovery request in open court. The deadline to respond was December 13th, 2023.
Henry, I responded.
Let me finish. The deadline for you to file an answer to the counterclaim was set for December 4th, 2023. Your claims against Ms. Cullen were dismissed because you asked that they be dismissed in court. All that remains is the counterclaim filed by Ms. Cullen against Mr. Noble. That's what the order says. The request for this matter to be transferred to the plenary docket is granted. As the only remaining claim is Ms. Cullen, she shall have until December 13th, 2023 to transfer this matter to the plenary docket and pay the additional filing fees, or else the entire cause will be dismissed with prejudice. On payment of the additional filing fee and transfer to the plenary docket, it will be referred to mediation prior to scheduling of any jury trial, and the parties will equally share in the cost of the mediation. There was no response to the counterclaim filed by December 4th. Therefore, the motion for default was filed and that was granted.
But it shouldn't have been, because it should not have been a counterclaim from the get-go.
Sir, and that was your opportunity to file a response.
I don't know how to do that. So now I'm going to end up paying. I think it cost me 3 times was when you're trying to put it on me here. I'll get a lawyer and this kind of pay. I'm telling you. You need to get a bailiff in here. This way you have another witness.
Everything is on the record that said.
Because this is a bunch of crap. I never owned a house, never wanted to own a house. The tools was in the basement, belonged to me. I never even wanted the house, because you can see on the cop video, it says on here, they explained to me that I'm a stepson, that I can't get the house. Okay, so I never tried to get the house at all. I was gonna get the house for my sister. The 2 sisters together. We went to the lawyer and we got the paperwork. We paid $1,200 and had the lawyer send them the paper. And he lied in court about that, stating that he never received that paper from the lawyer, the attorney's office. And I proved, I was able to prove that. My sister was going to win her case and get compensation from him for holding the title. They still have not given the title of the house for over a year. And they're trying to attack me to the house, and I have nothing to do with the house.
Well, Mr. Noble, it was very clear last time we were in court, and the order was very clear.
It was not.
It is. We're here today for damages.
This was the answer. You might as well make $1 million. See, you ain't getting no penny.
Mr. Noble, we're here today for damages. Mr. Walsh, are you ready to proceed?
Here we are, Your Honor. Would the court like me to swear in Ms. Cullen, or I've already prepared an itemization for the court's consideration that I believe will substantiate damages, and perhaps that would be what the court.
It's your case that you're pursuing, Mr. Walsh. Normally I would have somebody sworn in and somebody would then testify about the damages, including any itemization that you have.
Then we are ready to proceed, Your Honor, and if the court would be so kind as to swear Ms. Cullen.
You'll raise your right hand. You swear or affirm under the penalties of perjury that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth.
I do.
Thank you.
Would you please state your name and spell your first and last name for the record?
Margaret Cullen, MARGARET.
We'll just show for the record at 3:28, Mr. Noble packed his belongings and left the courtroom. You may continue.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm so confused.
Please state and spell your first and last name for the record.
Margaret Cullen, MARGARETCULLEN.
Okay. And Ms. Cullen, we're here today because you had filed a counterclaim against Mr. Noble alleging that he had committed criminal trespass, and that he, in a second count to your counterclaim, you also alleged that he had filed a frivolous, groundless, and/or unreasonable lawsuit. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
And at some time in the past, this matter had bounced from LaPorte Superior Court number 4 on the small claims docket before Magistrate Link, then to Magistrate Stallworth, and now finally before Judge Stallbrink here in LaPorte Superior Court number 2. Is that right?
That's right.
And Magistrate Link, at one of those preliminary hearings in the small claims matter, advised both yourself and Mr. Noble to stay away from the premises that was the subject of Mr. Noble's original action against you. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay. And as a result of that, you went ahead and you acquired homeowners insurance.
Correct.
Is that right?
Correct.
And as a part of acquiring that homeowners insurance, you were provided with a statement. Is that right?
Yes.
Your Honor, may I approach and have this group exhibit marked? Ms. Cullen, I'm showing you what's been marked as Petitioner's Exhibit 1. Do you recognize this document?
I do.
Would you agree with me that this is a 16-page document in total?
Yes.
And at the front, there is a summary page. Is that correct?
Yes, there is.
And would you go through and list the expenses that are reflected on this document?
Property insurance. You want me to give the amounts too?
Sure, that would be great.
Property insurance in the amount of $854. I had an invoice from Barry McDonald involving all this for $250. Docket fees for transfer to the plenary is $70. And an invoice for Joe for $258.13, for $297.50, for $762.62, for $327.52, for $225, for $233.80, and for $360, totaling $3,638.57.
So that would be $3,638.57.
Right.
And would you agree with me that behind this cover page that there are then copies of the property insurance, Mr. McDonald's invoice, a receipt showing the docket fee, transferring it to the plenary docket, as well as copies of my invoicing from my office?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, defendant counter plaintiff would move to admit petitioner's exhibit 1.
1 is admitted. Any other questions, Mr. Welsh?
I don't believe I have any additional questions, Your Honor. Just reserve some time for some brief arguments of the court, if I may.
So what amount are you requesting as far as damages?
That would be contained on the second page, Your Honor. $5,346.57, because based upon my reading of Indiana Code 34-24-3-1, which is colloquially known as the Crime Victim Relief Act or the Crime Victim Relief Statute, Ms. Cullen previously alleged that Mr. Noble had trespassed criminally on her property pursuant to Indiana Code 3543-2-2. Since a default was taken against Mr. Noble with regard to liability, I have reason to believe that Ms. Cullen should be awarded an amount not to exceed 3 times the actual damages of the person suffering the loss. That, in my estimation, Your Honor, would be the property insurance times 3.
So that would be $854 times 3.
That's correct, Your Honor. However, I don't believe that the court is in a position, and I was unable to find any case law that would potentially allow the court to potentially triple on the attorney's fees, the court cost for the transfer, or for Mr. McDonald's invoice as well. However, I would also advise the court that Ms. Cullen is missing work this afternoon. She is employed where she makes $16 an hour, and she anticipates that she would lose out on 2 hours of work this afternoon.
The court will award you damages in the amount of $5,346.57 based on the testimony and the exhibits that have been submitted. If you put that in a form of order, I'll be happy to sign it. Anything else you want to place on the record?
The only other question that I would have, Your Honor, is should we try and schedule a proceeding supplemental at this point in time, or get the order on file? And
get the order on file, and then you can call and do that later.
Very well. Thank you, Your Honor. Nothing further with the matter.
So he lost because he ran out of the courtroom because he was angry. And now he's going to have to pay thousands, which it sounds like he was going to have to pay anyway because he didn't follow the court rules. Probably because he didn't have an attorney. So once again, always get an attorney, even if you are an attorney. All right. That's all I have for today. I got one for tomorrow, but it's an hour long, so I'm not going to start that today. It's really good. I laughed a lot. It's a lot of lawyer stuff. It's not crazy people. It's just crazy lawyers. And this guy owes a lot of money. Let me just tell you, he victimized so many people. But that's for tomorrow. It's really good. I'm glad you came out for today. I hope you guys have a good, well, if you're in New Zealand, then I hope you have a good Monday. If you're here, I hope you have a good Sunday. And I will see you tomorrow.